10 things Animal Crossing New Horizons got right. So I have another video, not sure whether it's coming up before or after this. Either way, once both are live, the other will appear in the upper right hand corner. And that one is 5 things Animal Crossing New Horizons got wrong. But I do believe there is more positive than negative, hence this video. If you enjoy videos such as this, consider joining the Geekdom by subscribing and also following me over on Instagram and or Twitter. Preferably Instagram because I don't like Twitter. Anyway, I love Animal Crossing, so let's get to the list. Number 1, crafting. This might seem like an obvious one, but it's not for me. And the reason for that is because when I first saw the trailers announcing crafting as a mechanic in New Horizons, I wasn't exactly excited about it. I didn't want to have to go through the tedious effort of crafting, which, yeah, crafting and customization are both still very tedious, but I had no idea I would come to enjoy this feature as much as I do now. It's so nice to be able to just create the thing you need as long as you have the DIY recipe whenever you need to. Yes, some things you still have to buy, and you can buy those, although you could buy them quicker if there was more stuff in Nook's Cranny, if it had expanded more. But it's still a really nice feature to be able to create your own stuff at your own pace if you can get the materials. It really does add a lot of variety to the game and certainly fits in with their theme of Deserted Island. All this to say, originally I was not jazzed about this idea, but now I love it and see why it was a very good idea that the developers definitely got right. Number 2, Harv's Island. Post DLC update. Naturally, this would not be on the list if it was before the update. That island was boring as all get out. I was definitely holding out hope that they would upgrade it, and I'm so glad they did. In part because they upgraded it in a way that I had been wanting. I had mentioned in much older videos that I wish we had something akin to the city from City Folk, and here we are. A nice central hub where you can go to a bunch of different vendors to get a bunch of different goods. While I would personally still prefer something a little bit nicer, I do like that it fits with the theme of the overall game. Part of me still says it's something we should have been able to have from the beginning, or at the very least earn early on and not have to wait for a DLC update, but we did get it nonetheless. It was a good idea and something they definitely got right. Number 3, villager outfits. This might seem like a small thing, but if you are a longtime Animal Crossing fan, do you remember how the sheep used to dress? Yeah, they used to have these weird little scarf things. But now the sheep wear normal clothes, which I think looks so much cuter, especially because it's like so tight on them and makes them look even fluffier. But that's not the only thing. The fact is the villagers wear a very big variety of outfits, especially if you've gifted them any. Now I do wish we could organize it better, kind of like we do in Pocket Camp. Not that that should be the standard for all Animal Crossing games, but it did get some things right. In other words, be able to just choose what they wear for all 4 seasons, but it is nice to see that variety, whether it's something we gave them or something they're wearing on their own, except the track relay outfit thing. I don't like that, but it is one of those little things that they got right because it brings more life to the game. Number 4, doing your own hair. While I will die on the hill that Shampoodle needs to return and they did not use Harriet as well as they should have, I am, however, quite glad that we get to do our own hair now. As much as I have always loved Shampoodle, I was annoyed by the amount of hoops you had to go through just to get a hairstyle you liked. So with the addition of mirrors where you get to change your own hair as much as you want and then maybe just earn a few more styles via Harriet, it was a much needed change. And the next thing they need to get right is to bring out more hairstyles, more color varieties, and to bring the salon of Shampoodle back. But that's just me. Number 5, Happy Home Paradise DLC. I understand that not everyone was a big fan of Happy Home Designer on the 3DS, nor were they huge fans of Happy Home Paradise, the DLC we got for this game. But I love it, especially because it enhanced our regular game too. It wasn't limited to just something you do on that island where you just get to decorate a bunch of homes. There were changes made and updates given that applied to our island. Things we can do in our home that we couldn't do before, such as partition walls, and being able to customize our villager homes. I know I am not the only one who decided to not put certain villagers on my island because I didn't like how the outside or inside of their home looked. That sounds silly, but it was a real thing. Now we have the ability to pick the villagers we want, and then, assuming we have the DLC update, be able to change their homes too. Still keep it in their character style, but make it better than it is. Looking at you, Brocolo, your home was ugly, but now it's gorgeous. Number 6, KK's music. Don't get me wrong, I like the feeling and the vibe of waiting till that one night during the week where you can hear him sing live and get a new song, but I also love being able to just straight up buy them from my Nook shopping app on my phone. I'm just saying, as much as I love the live audience feel, I don't want to have to always be having to change the date or wait for a certain time. It's so much easier to be able to buy the music myself. A little thing that the game developers definitely got right. Number 7, storage. While getting more storage expansions costs an arm and a leg in this game, having it at all is amazing and so helpful. It's much bigger than it has ever been, not to mention you have the storage cabinets that you can just carry in your pocket, because that makes sense, and have everything from your storage at your fingertips. In addition to the tools I keep in my pockets at all times, I also keep a storage shed in my pockets so that whenever I need something or need to put something away, just place it on my island, open up the door, and there you go. The logic is not there, but this is also a video game, so I really don't care. I mean, some things do need to be logical, but this is one that really didn't need to be logical, and I'm so glad they went this direction. Number 8, a use for our fruit. I always thought it was cute that we could eat the fruit in previous games, but I like how it's used in this installment. Being able to dig up trees so easily just by eating a fruit makes life so much easier. That way you don't have to chop them down and plant a completely new tree just because it's not in the spot you want. But of course, there's more uses than this. When trying to build your rock garden and move your rocks around, just eat a fruit and you can break the rock and it'll show up somewhere else the next day. Just don't do this unless you've already found the money rock for the day. Ugh, the amount of times I've accidentally done this is staggering. Number 9, best friends. Yeah, you could have people come to your town in previous games, but now friends can have a more active participation in how your island even looks. And that's because of the ability to make people, quote unquote, best friends. When you share Switch codes with someone and you become friends on the Switch, you can make them a best friend. And in Animal Crossing, when someone's your best friend, they can dig up and plant stuff on your island. This is extremely helpful for things like sharing different flowers. There have been a few times where my mom and I have needed the type of flower that the other had, so we would simply dig it up on our island, go to their island, and plant it. Or go to their island and dig it up ourselves. It's also smart that they didn't make this an overall feature, but only for select friends on your Switch. You don't want people coming to your island and just being able to completely wreak havoc on it. This also helps when it comes to deciding who can come to your island. Sometimes you don't want to do a dodo code, but you know which people you want to come to your island happen to be best friends, so you can say friends only or best friends only, and that limits it nice and easy. All in all, just another really good thing that the developers got right. And number 10, decorating our island. This is a huge, obvious one, right? Obviously, I have loved all of the previous installments, but who hasn't considered being able to decorate our island and make it how we want? Honestly, it's one of those things that I look at now and think, how did I enjoy the previous games without these features? But if you know the Animal Crossing series, that's usually what happens with all of the new ones. I mean, heck, even playing Wild World on my DS, I thought, oh my gosh, how did I enjoy the GameCube one without being able to change my hair? Going to New Leaf, how did I enjoy the game with only being able to wear dresses? Now I can wear separates. And yet, we did enjoy previous games. But whether it's terraforming, which yes, can get overwhelming, decorating your island, or having legit paths you can put down, the possibilities are endless and it's amazing. Again, yes, overwhelming. That's why I've changed my island so many times and I still look at other people's islands and go, oh, I want mine to look like that. But that's okay, that's part of the process. This was naturally the biggest change to the Animal Crossing series, and it was honestly one of the best changes, if not the best change in the entire series. Even if you're not a fan of the other 9 things I listed, this one is surely something we can all agree Animal Crossing New Horizons got 100% right. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider giving it a thumbs up and joining the Geekdom by subscribing and commenting below some things you believe New Horizons definitely got right, whether they're a popular or unpopular opinion of yours. Thank you so much to all of my channel members and patrons, especially those in the Hylian tier like Joking Batman, Lorulian Sheep, Geek Mom, and McToppler. Y'all are amazing. But anyway, that is all for today. Thank you for watching.